Derrick Henry clearly saw this quote yesterday from Eric DeCosta. Eric DeCosta yesterday in the season review with him and John Harbaugh was asked about Derrick Henry's contract. We know that Derrick Henry, when he was signed in March, signed a 2-year deal. And so he played so well, almost rushing for 2,000 yards. Was such a phenomenal fit, despite some doubters. A lot of people thought that it was going to be, what it really became, which was a phenomenal duo of Lamar and Derrick Henry in the backfield. So they asked, well, do you think you should extend him again? And Eric DeCosta says, well, we'll look at that. It's a good question. I'm just so grateful that Derrick chose us last year. I can honestly say that his attitude and the way that he played was amazing to watch. I can't wait to see him next year. I know it was tough on him to end the way it did. It was tough on all of us, but I think we have a chip on our shoulders to come back next year with a vengeance. Obviously, we've heard that before. We talked about that yesterday, but I shall continue. He said, we want to start faster than we did this year, to not start 0-2 next year, to get out of the gates faster. I think Derrick will be a big part of that. So the Ravens account on Instagram posted a portion of that quote. And it's the I'm so grateful part that Derrick chose us. And you can say he was honestly just happy and that he was amazing to watch. So the King, Derrick the King Henry, Derrick McQueen or Derrick McKing, as Lamar Jackson gave him a nickname of, or maybe not on purpose. He takes that from the Ravens, reposts it in his stories with 3 words in caps: run it back. Run it back. Yes, run it back with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Run it back. Give me more of these Minkah Fitzpatrick stiff arms. Give me more beating Patrick Queen, snatching their souls. And here's what's crazy. And it's not just run it back with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Check this out. I looked into this today. Because remember a couple days ago, we were looking at the free agents, the unrestricted free agents going into the offseason starting in March when free agency officially starts. There's 17, but the vast majority of them are not starters. There are 17, and we talked about it. Like, even if the Ravens didn't bring back any of the 17, they have quite the foundation. Look at this. I put together the depth chart. I just took the starters from ESPN. ESPN always makes the starters as 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end, but I looked at it. So they originally had Nelson Aguilar listed as a starter, but I looked at it and went back to the participation chart. Isaiah Likely did indeed have more starts than Nelson Aguilar. And we all know, like, the Ravens' bread and butter is more 2 tight end, 2 wide receivers, than whatever combination with running backs, fullbacks, all that kind of stuff. Let's look at this starting chart. Let's look at this starting chart and see why Derrick Henry is saying run it back. Lamar Jackson, under contract. Derrick Henry, under contract. Zay Flowers, coming back. Rashad Bateman, coming back. Isaiah Likely, coming back. Mark Andrews, coming back. Pat Ricard, not under contract yet, so I can't officially count him, but I'm telling you, he's coming back. He said on Monday he wants to retire a Raven, and on Wednesday, Eric DeCosta said he wants to see him retire a Raven. There aren't a whole lot of fold-back jobs out there, especially with a running back crew like the one that the Ravens sport with Lamar and Derrick and Justice Hill and Keaton Mitchell. So, you know what? For the purpose of the show, I'm counting him as coming back. Ronnie Stanley, we'll see. Patrick McCary, we'll see. Tyler Linderbaum, coming back. Daniel Faalele, coming back. Roger Rosengarten, coming back. So if we count Patrick Ricard, that's 10 of those 12 right there. I know 11 are only allowed on the field at once, but these are how they do the depth chart. How about the defense? It's even better. Nnamdi Madubuike coming back. Travis Jones coming back. Broderick Washington coming back. Odafe Owe, Roquan Smith, both coming back. Malik Harrison, we'll see. Wouldn't surprise me if they got him, but obviously did a great job, but obviously somebody they can get if he doesn't return. Kyle Van Noy coming back. Nate Wiggins coming back. Kyle Hamilton coming back. Ardarius Washington, who wants all the smoke, coming back. Brandon Stevens not coming back. Eric DaCosta made that pretty clear in as nice of a way as possible, but said he's going to have a chance to test the market. Don't think he's coming back. Marlon Humphrey coming back. Justin Tucker, they said it. He's going to be the kicker next year. Jordan Stout. Nick Moore. Now, if you don't count Patrick Ricard, that's 80% of your starters are coming back. You count Patrick Ricard, that goes up to what? 82%, maybe 83? We'll see what happens with Todd Monken. Has anybody seen anything lately? I was pressed for time this morning, as you all know. Is there any updates on Jags? The last time we talked about it yesterday, the Jags were heading into second interviews, and at the time, Todd Monken was not selected for a second interview. And I believe he only had a Zoom interview prior to this. But you've got your defensive coordinator coming back. And if Todd Monken returns for the first time in 3 years, you will not have to implement a new defense or a new offense. We know that Ravens team, both in 2023 and 2024, was probably the most talented in the AFC. You run it back and cut down on the turnovers, and I'm telling you, you're going to get to a Super Bowl. So when Derrick Henry says, run it back, I'm on board for it. And all you got to do, it's just augmenting this. There's a great chance you're getting better. Eric DaCosta absolutely nailed his first 2 picks with Roger Rosengarten and Nate Wiggins. He's going to have 11 picks at his disposal. I don't know if he'll use all 11 of them. He could use them for trades. Who knows what? At worst, the biggest position, the biggest need is going to be that left tackle position if they do not re-sign Ronnie Stanley. They do need to get better guards in here. We need more safeties, free safety especially. Okay? Good backup quarterback just in case. Okay? But yeah. Run it back. And I like the idea of Derrick Henry being here again. I'm going to go play that Hard Knocks, just his part of it, afterwards one more time of what Derrick Henry said about Lamar.
Being a teammate and, found a brother. Lamar is, what made this thing go. He's the reason why we still had a chance. So, tell him the same thing, hold his head high, man.
Hold his head high. He's found a brother. These two are more than teammates. They found brothers. It's not going to be the biggest splashy offseason. It's not going to be the most exciting. I'm sure they'll pick, maybe they'll get one big free agent off the street. But the foundation is intact. You got 80+% of your starters returning, and that's not even looking at the rest. When I could go down the second strings, and I bet like 80% of them are coming back too. Most of the guys that are unrestricted free agents, some second strings, third strings, all that kind of stuff. Run it back.